Before we start, do me a quick favor and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Now, let's get moving. What's up guys, Zach the Pencil here, and we have some stuff to talk about. Okay, not some, a lot of stuff. I was going to do Merlin's How Strong Is a video, but that is obviously extremely complicated, as anyone who knows anything about Merlin can testify to, and I wanted to discuss and debunk a lot of misconceptions I see when it comes to 7 Deadly Sins and its scaling. A lot of these are like widespread enough that it is actually unhealthy for the 7 Deadly Sins scaling community, because it's the spread of misinformation, and we don't want that, because it doesn't do good for us if someone else comes in from another community is like, oh, actually, if you just look into your own series, that's wrong. But it's that. It happens to all of us. I can't get mad. Please, before we begin, I just want you to know, personally, if you believe any of these, it's not your fault, but please open your mind and realize that what you may believe at this current moment may not be entirely true. But let's get moving. So I'm gonna just say it clearly to y'all, the Demon King did not create Purgatory. This is the biggest one that is massively unhealthy for the community, so I personally request that people stop trying to use this. It's a bid to get Meliodas and characters in the verse to universal levels and higher. However, I have a fun fact for you. It's just not true. The Demon King created the Demon Realm and the Demon Realm only. Like, evidence for this, if you really want it, well, it was never stated that created Purgatory, so we don't know who created it. Please stop headcanoning people who created Purgatory. Stop it. Stop it. I don't care what your headcanon is. We can't go by your headcanon if we're trying to objectively scale the series. So, I don't know what you want. We don't know who created Purgatory. That's it. Seriously, just stop. Stop with this one specifically. He didn't create it. There's no evidence in the series to suggest that he created it. And when you look into the logical narrative of the series, it doesn't make sense for him to create it, because he would have destroyed it if he really wanted to get out of there. But that's it. Let's move on to the next one. You know, a lot of people believe that Purgatory and the Demon Realm are the same place, but they're not. Once again, I'm gonna have to ask, stop pushing this. I told this to a person before after seeing it literally happen live mid-debate, but you never, ever want your entire argument to get absolutely slaughtered by a Google search. I'm not kidding. They believe that Purgatory and the Demon Realm were the same place. A person who knew offhand knowledge of 7 Deadly Sins, like I had spoken with the person they were debating before about 7 Deadly Sins, thought about it, thought, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right, Googled it, and proved them wrong. So please don't. And if you really want evidence, here, look at this. When Meliodas explains the inhabitants of Purgatory, he explains there are two types of species, the natives and the non-natives, and he does not mention the demons once. So there's that. If that's still not enough, look here. Meliodas states that Hawk, a Purgatory beast specifically, should survive just fine in the Demon Realm. This implies they're not the same place. And then Hawk proceeds to back this up when he explicitly states he does not want to go to the Demon Realm, he wants to go to Purgatory. Still not enough? I don't know why, but sure. If Purgatory and the Demon Realm are the same place, and the Demon King wanted out, why wouldn't he just destroy it? If he created it. Oh wait, it's because he didn't create it. He was sealed there because it was a place that he wasn't native to, and he didn't create. There we go. And let me be honest with you. I, nor any of the people you'll be debating, will care if you headcanon that they are the same place for the fact that they are similar. 2 fruit smoothies are similar as well. That doesn't mean they're the same. So please, stop this one too. And it's just misinformation spread. Don't support this one. Okay, so a lot of people believe the Domain of God and Purgatory are infinite. Both of them are not, like, at all. For the Domain of God, they use this scan. I don't know how to explain it to them, but the archangels literally weren't even in the dimension when they were singing this song. If this song was even ever sung in canon, which it very unlikely isn't, it's literally just like a chapter cover page. So I love the fantastic mental hula hoops you hop through to get that, but I don't think that one's the way. And the thing is, even if I let that slide, it's inconsistent. You want to know why it's inconsistent? Because nowhere else in the series supports that being an infinite dimension at all. Nowhere near is it supported. So if anything, that would be considered an outlier and inconsistent. So I can't give you that one. And for Purgatory, here's what the actual scan looks like. There's no text here. So I'm not exactly sure Where this one, which is the common one used to imply infinite purgatory, and is the only scan that ever implies infinite purgatory, it's just wrong, I guess. I'm not sure where it comes from. It's not in the original manga, so I don't know. I think it may just come from like scanlation sites or something like that, fan scanlations, but it's weird. I'm not sure where this one came from, but this scan has been so widely spread out throughout the community that everyone believes it now. I even believed it. But then I looked at the actual manga again. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that's not there. Uh-oh. And it just turns out to not to be true. So Purgatory isn't even infinite. So that's a big yikes, because there goes a lot of ideas for Universal Meliodas, or at least what a lot of people believe. But even then, the idea for Universal Meliodas comes from a misconception of this misconception. So stop this one too. Neither of them are infinite. There's nothing in the series to support it. And yeah, that's really it. Alright, so a lot of people believe that Merlin has infinite attack potency. And to them, I say, did you read when infinity was explained? I say this in the nicest way possible. Nowhere does it imply that she has infinite attack potency, like at all. What it implies is she has an infinite magic reservoir, as in she doesn't run out of magic. That's why she has never had to worry about turning off a spell or her magical energy running out, because she has infinite magical energy. She does not have infinite magical attack potency. If she had infinite magical attack potency, does that make everyone in the series infinite plus 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 plus? Because if you believe that, I mean, that's cool, and that may be like that may be a funny joke argument, I'll admit. But that's the thing. If you just look at the text, nowhere doesn't imply it. And if it were the case that she has infinite attack potency, just off rip, because you know her ability's called infinity, so she has to have infinite attack potency. What's the point of infinity enhance then? Like, she can amplify her infinite magic, like, just think about it. It just doesn't make sense. This one isn't true. And once again, I get where it comes from. It's because of the name Infinity, so people automatically assume it's infinite, but that it is infinite in a sense. She doesn't run out of magic, but that doesn't mean that it's infinite in the sense that, oh, she can destroy the entire universe because she has infinite attack potency. No, that's it. So a lot of people believe Chaos created the universe. He didn't. But I especially can't get mad at you for this one, because if you go back to some of my older videos in the comment section, I even believe that Chaos created the universe. But that's just because I read the text too fast. I went back, looked at the text, and he was born among the ancient stars. And before you people come at me with your headcanons and saying that, oh, well, we don't know who created the ancient stars, so it has to be Chaos. No, it's not the case. Chaos didn't create the verse. He created, like, the world. And sadly enough, world likely means planet or like solar system in this case, because if I'm telling you, if the ancient stars line wasn't there, I'd be pushing universal chaos too. But since it's specifically he was born amongst the ancient stars, I can't push that, because it implies that there was a verse before him, and we have nothing else to support that Chaos created the entire universe at all. So there's that. It's, once again, this one's just a misreading, a misinterpretation of the text that's given to us. It's not even like the text isn't clear. It says specifically amongst the ancient stars, but we saw world, we figured, oh, well, world must mean everything, because, you know, Sekai is constantly like misinterpreted as world, society, universe. But there's that. Please, not this one either. Chaos did not create the universe. It's simple as that. Oh, so y'all think Seven Deadly Sins is country-sized, huh? Nah, B, it's a planet. Like Nakaba says, it's a planet. We've seen people talk about it being a planet. It's literally just supposed to be Earth. So no. And a lot of people say that, oh, well, when you think about it, shouldn't the verse only be country-sized because we only see stuff that takes place on Britannia and is relevant to Britannia? So you want to tell me that Full Metal Alchemist is continent size because we see everything take place on Amestris? You want to tell me that Magi is continent size because everything mainly takes place on one continent? Come on, what kind of logic is that? Because we don't see anything else, there must not be anything else. Even though multiple times there are stated to be other countries with characters like Nanashi, there is stated to be a planet multiple times. Nakaba himself says it's literally just England on the regular sized Earth. Like, this is not it. I don't know where that one came from. Like, I'm assuming I hope that's not people who are scaling the verse that actually know what they're talking about. Because typically I see this one from like people outside the verse. A lot of people assume the verse is only country size through that. But I just consider that downplay because there's too much evidence to refute that. But it's neither here nor there, I guess. The verse doesn't peak at country level. I don't know how to tell you all this. I really don't. As a lot of people assume that, oh, well, you see, when you look at the Nemesis or the 7 Deadly Sins or whatever you want to call the 7 Deadly Sins final team attack, it was only going to destroy Britannia. So thusly, the entire verse must peak at country level, considering it took the strongest characters in the verse to multiply their power up to 32 times for a country level attack. No, come on now, really? Y'all don't know about attack potency versus destructive capability? Really? Y'all just gonna ignore all the feats that put multiple... We have feats that put red demons at multi-continental. We have the lore meta, which can let characters reach solar system. Come on now, really? Really? There are calcs for fodder characters, which is wild to say that lesser archangels are fodder, but fodder characters that put them at country level. And that's now a lowball meta because of what we're finding out about the verse more on. Gila is country level. Like, do you want to know? Like, seriously, the verse doesn't peak out there anymore. I say anymore like it ever peaked out there in the first place. It doesn't make sense. That's just attack potency versus destructive capability. I don't know what y'all want. Like, yeah, Grey Road isn't immeasurable. I don't know what y'all want. So this one comes from this scan right here, where it talks about a single mutated Grey Demon stated to be having immeasurable levels of power. That's Grey Road. Hello? There's one mutated demon in history, as the scan itself states. And you know the one mutated demon, Grey Demon in history? It's Grey Road. Now, unless you want to look at me in the eyes, yes, these eyes, and claim that Grey Road is immeasurable. Yes, even though we have a measurable power level, you know, since it's stated, the scan states immeasurable levels of power, even though we have a measured power level for Grey Road, who we know is the only mutated Grey Demon in history, that is one of the 10 commandments. Come on now, I don't know how this one is. But regardless, even if you want to say that, fine, let's say Grey Road, despite having an actual like measured power level, has immeasurable levels of power, just incalculable. So you're gonna tell me, you're gonna seriously come to a debate and say, yes, I claim that Grey Road and every character that scales above Grey Road, which is basically like at by end of series size, that's like 60% of the series. A lot of characters scale above Grey Road, but so you're gonna tell me those characters are measurable plus. No, stop. All right, I know I made the I'll take blame for some of this, but let me say it myself. Full counter is not unbeatable. Like, a lot of people, here's the thing, I was so happy because the reason I love scaling 7 Deadly Sins specifically is because it's a nice mid-range verse. Like, you take a lot of characters from 7 Deadly Sins and they'll wash a lot of popular verses easily, but at the same time you throw it up against some stronger popular verses and it's getting washed immediately. It's in a nice middle spot. However, every time I go anywhere and I see, oh, full counter, and then I'm like, oh, okay, full counter Meliodas, let me see who they're talking about, and I see them talking about characters like Alien X. I see like the One Above All. I'm like, yo, y'all need to relax. It's not that serious. Y'all know full counter ain't unbeatable, right? But it's literally the answer to a lot of just ideas proposed by other people in debates. No, full counter is not unbeatable. It's only been shown to be outplayed in the series itself. No, cease. Not the way. Full counter is not the answer to everything. It's simple as that. Okay, so a lot of people believe the Celestial Realm and the Demon Realm are universes. Not the case, because the common argument is that, oh, well, they are entirely separate spaces, and this comes from me. I'll admit, I agree, they're entirely separate spaces because you can't access them by normal means. You literally have to go through specific portals made by certain characters. However, this does not automatically make them universes, because that means every pocket dimension ever in fiction is a universe. And obviously, we don't believe that. So, there's that. Like, we need sizes. That's the thing. The reason I can put those dimensions as they are, dwarf star to solar system levels, is because of things implied in the series. You have to building block that to even get that size. So, making the leap of them being universes with no statements to imply it, it doesn't do good. Because here's the thing: if you make those universes off the simple assumption that they're separate spaces, and that means they have to be universe size, every pocket dimension in fiction becomes universe size. And obviously that's not the case, or else we wouldn't have that. If every single separate space ever was a universe, all of fiction would be way, way stronger. We would be having low multiversal demon slayer if we're talking about separate spaces being universe sized automatically. So this one, once again, it's just a common misconception that no, not the way. Cease. That's it. Just cease. It's not enough. And that's it. Those are the 10 main misconceptions that I really want to tackle in this video, because these are the ones I see the most, and they're the ones that are really the most damaging for the community, either inside of it or outside of it. Inside of it, the big ones are obviously the misconceptions about like the sizes of certain dimensions and stuff like that, because it makes the verse way stronger than it is. And while I do believe the verse is going to get massively stronger by the time of release of Four Knights of the Apocalypse, I'd say just wait for that. It's not worth getting the series wrong to make it stronger, because then it sort of defeats the purpose. And for the outside scaling ones, those are just, you're gonna have to deal with that, because there are people who just won't know the verse, and whenever you go to talk about it, you're just gonna have to explain some of it to them. I still want to address them here because I still think they're very, very important, and they're commonly widespread enough that it may even affect some people in the scaling community of Suddenly Sense itself. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers. Golly gee, I didn't think it would happen. But that's really it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.